Okay, so thank you everyone for attending today's webinar. It's Care Beans presentation. It's point of care recording for carers and nurses and other such within the care home environment, and what should be recorded and when. So this is what the webinar is about today. So the points we're going to cover today, we're going to cover recording care. And there's the Nursing and Midwifery Council conduct, the importance of recording, top tips, and how and where to record. When we refer to care recording for this webinar, we are referring to recording care and support after it has been given. The code, which is a section on record keeping from the Nursing and Midwifery Council, professional standards of practice and behaviour for nursing and midwifery and nursing associates. So this is where we're getting some of our supportive material for today's webinar from. So they have this code of practice. So here are some pointers. So number 10 is keep clear and accurate records relevant to your practice. This applies to the records that are relevant to your scope of practice. It includes, but is not limited to, patient records. Complete records at the time or as soon as possible after an event. Recording if the notes are written sometimes after the event. Obviously, the beauty of the Standex care system, you have mobile applications, so you can record straight after the event. As you can see, there's a little picture of a mobile device there, and you can record straight away after the event has happened. So 10.2, identify any risks or problems that have arisen and the steps taken to deal with them, so that colleagues who use the records have all the information they need. So obviously, part of our care planning process, we have the risk assessments. So you can also add your risk assessments into your care plans. Also, we have our instant accident recording. So again, if there's any problems, this is all shared with everyone within the home, so everyone is aware of what's going on. We also have the feature where you can press the handover button and the manager's button on each and every action. This allows you to share information with your colleagues and also the management. So 10.3, complete records accurately and without any falsification, taking immediate and appropriate action if you become aware that someone has not kept to these requirements. Attribute any entries you make in any paper or electronic records to yourself, making sure they are clearly written, dated and timed, and do not include unnecessary abbreviations, jargon or speculation. So obviously with the Care Beans system, it's automatically date and time stamped, and it'll have your digital signature on it as well. So you don't obviously have to worry about clearly written, because you can, obviously it types it out for you. And you can use the voice recognition as well, so you can talk into the devices if you don't want the time consuming typing or writing back in the old days when we used to use paper. 10.5, take all steps to make sure that records are kept securely. And 10.6, collect, treat and store all data and research findings appropriately. So the beauty of obviously our system is we're very, very hot on our security and data storage. So you don't have to worry about your data. Your data is stored in a very secure. We use our own servers. We don't use joint servers. They're all our own servers. And everything that's sent over the internet to the servers is encrypted. So anyone who ever gets hold of information, tries to hack the system, they won't be able to. We've got some fantastic technology for security and maintaining your data privacy. So the importance of recording. Recording is an integral and important part of social care. It is not simply an administrative burden to go through as quickly as possible, but it's a centre of good person-centred support. Recording is vital. It supports good care and supports it as a legal requirement, part of the staff's professional duty. It promotes continuity of care and communications with other agency. It's a tool that helps identify themes and challenges in a person's life. It is key to accountability to the people who use the service, to managers, to inspections and audits. It also evidence for a court of law and complaints and investigations. It will enhance your practice and support you can offer to people if you make good recording as a central part of your work. So the beauty, obviously, of our system is you've got hundreds and hundreds of audits that you can run. Everything is date and time stamp, everything is in chronological order, and anything you extract from the system, you can get back very, very easily with several clicks of a button. And I'll show you them as well, how you can obviously get the information that you need when you're coming up for inspections. So our next webinar actually is on CQC readiness for inspections, what kind of reports they may want you to look at and how to extract them from the CareBean system. So that's next month, so please jump on that. It's going to be a really good webinar. So top tips for recording. It's vital to get social care recording right. We usually know what to do, but it is often difficult given the many pressures on your time and other challenges of your job. So there's a resource showing 11 top tips for good social care recording and uses the acronym partnership as a checklist. So this is just best practice. And it emphasizes that the record should be co-produced between you and the persons to whom you're relating. So this partnership, basically what it means is it's here. So all of your records or daily records or records on actions, they should all be person-centered, obviously around the person, accurate, real, timely, no jargon, evidence-based, reading the previous records, succinct, holistic, IT compliant and professional. So there is some additional information on this here. So if I just click on this particular link, what you will see here is this is our, what we call our knowledge-based. You basically get a leaflet with all of this on, and it's provided by our nurse advisor. So this is all then expanded for you. So you've got person-centered, any social care records written, and it gives you a little bit of information about what needs to be written. So you can obviously show this to other members of your care team. You can do it as a little bit of training. You can do a bit of homework for them to read, so they get a better understanding of what is required when recording. There's example 1 of waffling. There's example 2 of succinct when it comes to succinct data and succinct, holistic, IT compliant and professional. So I just wanted to show you that. Obviously, you're going to get the information booklet afterwards, or the knowledge booklet. I'll be sending that to everyone. I'll also be sending a recording of the webinar and some examples. So how and where do we record on CareBeans? You are recording daily to support your care plans and provide evidence of this, and the record of events to assist nurses and carers in planning care. There are a variety of places you can record your day-to-day care on the CareBean system. So first of all, you have daily actions. So it's a good practice to record on every action you did. You can mandate entries, so an action cannot be saved without a record being written. So what you can basically do on daily actions, you can actually say that the notes are mandatory. So you can actually click it's mandatory. It means they will not be able to tick off the action unless they write something. And I will show you this in a minute on the demonstration on the system. Daily notes. You can record a general note for that person that isn't specific to certain actions or tasks, such as what kind of day they had, or a general overview of their day. You've also got body maps. You can record on the body maps any bruising, marking, wounds that you find and report appropriately. You can share all records with handover so that any important information about the person gets shared. And you can also share it with the manager / operations dashboard and the family if you have the function available. So in these trying times with COVID, we do have the family portal. We also have an additional function where the families can actually sign off care plans remotely now. So if you are interested in that, please contact us at info@carebeans, or you can contact me directly, or you can get in touch with the number down here. So how to find the records on CareBeans. There's a variety of ways to find the records. If you're level 1, which is basically entry level, which are your carers, they will have the access to basically the care summary and the today summary on individual pages. You can also see detailed care reports on service user management page, but that's best to filter down to specifics. And you also have history on the care plan page, and also the handover highlighting information that has been shared to colleagues on the ops dashboard. So very similar to what we were saying before. So I'm going to go on to the examples of record keeping on the software now. So I'm just going to sign in. As you know, everyone signs in, and this gives you your front page. Okay, we have slightly changed this now. So what you'll see here, when you log on, the handover report. So we've put it on the front page for everyone. Before, it was down the side column, or when you're on the carer dashboard, it was there. So what we've basically done now, we've actually put it here so you can read it as soon as you log on. You also have the function to read your care plans, and also if there's been any messages, you can obviously see any messages, and you can just click up here and find your messages. That's pretty straightforward functions. We do updates all the time, so there's a bit of general updating here. We've just added a roster as well to our product portfolio. This tells you where you're working and who's logged on to the system. So we can see Lucy Caldwell, myself, Brendan, the manager, and Whitechurch. And this person is meant to be on shift, but they haven't logged into their device. So the green basically means they're logged in. The grey means they're not. So for all examples today, we're going to go on to service user management, and we're going to use a client. And this is a really nice little filter up here. A lot of people, this is underused. So up here, you can actually search for a location. So you can search for a room. So you might want to search for room 4, tells you over all the room 4s, or you might want to search for an individual, okay? So if you put this up here, it'll default to that individual. So we're going to use Sally Webb today for our examples of what you can see for her. So one way of accessing historic information, this is on the service user management, is your history button here, okay? And down here, it will then show you exactly what you've done and when you've done it. So you can see Lucy's provided a lot of care. So if we look at some of the examples here, so we've got food chart here for Lucy. Snack 75 finished. Sally had cake and coffee. She's done needlework. So Sally did some neat after breakfast in the conservatory as she requested. So you can see the type of thing that needs to be given. Sally has had her hair washed and set this morning, which she said has made her feel better. It's really, really important. If you can get the client's words or the service user's words, or you might get facial expressions, try and include them in your notes, because it's not then just your perception of how they're feeling. You're actually giving some physical or verbal indication of what they've said. And down here, we also have a communication HCP note called in new BP medication was working. So here are all the different kind of daily reports. So I've done some this morning. So Sally really enjoyed her bingo this morning. She smiled and was using her dabber when she played bingo. Again, on getting expression. Here, she had a wet pad and underwear. Bowel chart here, type 4. And then here we have a personal care record, which we've used. Our checklist. So you've got checklists in the system, so you can use it. So you can see here, I've given personal care. I've given her a shower. I've also dressed her, and I've also done a bath temperature. And then up here is my note. Sally was washed and dressed. We also use the gauge of the use the gauge for the bath water. She was in a happy mood this morning, and she said she was looking forward to the day. So try and get the expression of the clients as well. It really, really helps when recording notes. So this is where you can basically gain information. You've got a care summary here as well. So this is where a level 2 person would get the care summary from. So if we press the CS button, what this is, it gives you a summary of everything. So if I click on today, this will then give me everything that's been done today. Okay, so you can see any communication notes, any daily notes, any daily actions, and any observations, any observation checklists and incidents. So if you want to see the last 7 days, you can click here, and then this will give you a nice report. You can print it, so if you want to send it to someone, but it's really easy and quick and easy. If the family member phones up and says, how's my mum been this week? You've got a real simple, quick, easy record to read. If you know, you can grab little portions of this and extract it. So you can do 1 to 7 days. If you want to go back further, you can obviously use these little date range. So you can go back 3 months if you want, and you can extract 3 months reports. You can do observation dates, completed action dates, and communication dates. You can also show the contacts and also the care summaries on here as well, and it will run the same report as well. Okay, so that's how you can find your care summary. You can drill down to more information for daily reporting. You also have the option of a detailed care report. So this is more used if you're trying to find a specific record. So you might want to find, for example, communication notes, and you might want to see all the GP notes for a client. But you can do anything. You can do body map reporting, incident notes, actions required, checklist required. If I generate that report here, there's the GP notes. So you can see what GP notes have been recorded in the last, I think it's the last 3 months. You can go back further if you wish as well. So that's some really, really nice reports here. So you can also run care plan reports. So this is where you can run a care plan report. You can select a care plan, or you can show the history, show review history in your risk profiling. If you generate this report here, it only takes a second to load, and this will give you all your care plans, your current care plans. It will give you all your review history, and it will also give your person-centered detail about Sally's each individual plan of care. So you've got continence, and then you've got eating and drinking. And then we also have a risk for eating and drinking, which is a risk of malnourishment. We also have a risk of choking, medication. So these are really, really good reports. We'll be going into them more on the next webinar and explaining exactly how to extract. And you can do assessment reports, observation reports. But some of you may not know about these features here, where you can put all this information. This is a quick way now to access the absent record, so you don't have to go via the carer detail, carer dashboard and click on the head. You can literally go straight into it by using these 2 little lines that looks like 11. So from a carer's point of view, if we had all our carers, we had all our service users here, I'm going to show them all, they'll all pop up in a minute. But from a carer's point of view, we're going to concentrate on Sally. Here's all of our individuals here. So I'm going to go into Sally Webb. Each of them have either a halo. A green halo means all jobs are up to date. An amber means a regular action or a time task is overdue. And if it goes red, it's either gone past the manager alert time or it's a critical action. Okay. 2 buttons here, view the flash message, and there's a flash message there. And also you can view the care summary from here as well. So this is where a carer can view the care summary from. Or they can go into the individual page here. And they can also click on the head here. And this is where they can access exactly the same report you do on this level 2 dashboard, but you can see it on by clicking on the head of the individual. So as you can see here, everything's been up to date with Sally. So she's had a load of actions done. You can see them all here. You can write additional daily reports. So you can write, Sally is having a good day as she is smiling and told me she is liking the weather today, for example. Okay, so again, it's quite nice person-centered statement. It's expressing their own personal view. If this was recorded like an hour ago, half, you can put the time back as well, and you can save it. Okay, if you want to be more in time when the actual record was recorded, you have the ability to take photos, alert the handover and manager, and the handover notes are here, so you can see the handover notes whenever you need to. So at the moment, you can see from the carer dashboard here, Sally, she's amber. So if we go in, we'll see here she's had 33.7% of her fluids for the day. You can see the daily temperature has been taken by the nurse. So this is obviously says it's a registered nurse, and this message comes up. So when you're doing actions and you've got a nursing home, or you might want a senior to do an action, you can actually proportion an action to a particular individual. So as you can see here, these all say C. These are all for carers, CCC. This one's for an RN. So this is meant for a registered nurse, and you can put different roles in your role function on your settings here. So if you want more information, just let us know, and we can show you how to do that. So if we click here, it gives you the option to override. So I am going to override it because I want to do it. And I take her temperature at 36.5. Temperature is normal, for example. And you can talk that in if you want to as well. You can share that with a handover a manager if you need to. Probably if it's normal, you probably wouldn't, because there's no need there. But on every single action, tells you the instruction. It also tells that Sally is anxious about hospital appointment on Thursday the 27th, offer reassurance. And then I can press done, and that will then record it in my daily record down here. That has been recorded. And what you will now see, if I go back to the service users, Sally Webb is now green. So if we go into our notes here, you can see it's been recorded, temperature check 36.5, and is normal. So that's pretty much how the system works here. I'm just going to go on to the app now. A lot of you, I don't know if you are using the app, but it's a really, really useful tool to actually use. So I'm just going to go on the app, get rid of that. Just use my visor. This is a bit of technology we use so we can get on the app. Get Sally up. Press play. So what you'll now see is you'll see the app in play. Okay, so here is our app. You can download this from the Play Store, and it's called Care 2020, and you can also download it from the iOS store. So the beauty of using the app is this is for data entry for your carers. So when they log on, what they will see this front screen when they log on to the system. So if I just quickly log out, it's going to log out quickly. I'll log back in. So everyone has their own unique password, and this does time out now. So, oh, that's not the right. It does time out now. So if you do go over like 10 minutes, it'll ask you for your PIN number. So every single person has a PIN number on staff management now, and you'll be able to refer them to it. Otherwise, they can log out and log back in like I am here. So I'm just going to log in. Okay, it only takes a second to log in. This now loads all the shift information, etc. And it's loading my work list, and it's loading the history. So when I go on to here, there's a really, really useful button up here. It's basically a little search. So if I want to see everyone's fluids for the day or actions, I haven't got any in there. But if I want to see, for example, my actions, and I want to see everyone's, let's see if I can get fluids up. Then this tells me who's got fluids. So I've got 4 I need doing for the day. These ones are overdue. I've got 2 outstanding, which is Sally, and I've got 1 that's critical, it's well overdue. So I can tap in there and I can actually fill in all my fluids really quickly. I don't have to go into each resident to do that. So it's quite a nice, easy way to record. So this little bar up here, you can type anything in there. It might be morning routine. I don't know if we've got any in here. The morning medication. So if you start typing morning, it'll bring everything up for the morning for your clients. So that's one way you can use it. It's called My Actions. Or the other way is by service user. So if we go into service user and I want to see Sally Webb today, I can then go into Sally. This tells me everything about Sally. So we don't ever forget about her allergies, her food requirements, her risks. And then this then will go into her action list. It has all her history on here. So it downloads the history. So you can go through. So if you just come on shift, you can see exactly what's been done today. Okay. You can record all her observations. So you can obviously add and subtract observations. And then you have the action history here. So we encourage obviously regular action. We don't really do scheduled actions anymore, regular actions, but these are timed as well. So for a carer, it's really, really easy. Food chart, for example, and that has some added benefits using the app, because what you can do is you can say they've had a snack, they 100% of it, and you can also do the drinks as well at the same time, because it has more ability and functions than the web page. So you can actually update 2 records at once in there. So it's saving you time as well. So you can go through. The other fantastic feature we have on our app, okay, is this is called offline mode. So now I'm completely offline. It's gone grey here. So what you can now do is you can still record. So it doesn't matter if you've got really bad Wi-Fi in your home. It really doesn't matter. As long as you go back into a Wi-Fi zone afterwards. So I can go and I can do a post-falls check. I can go and do an evening check. And I can use my voice recognition here. Went to Sally's room. She was lying in bed. Her call bell was in reach. She had 2 pillows. Her duvet was turned back, and she said night to me. So again, that just shows you the really, really useful. We use Google Voice, very, very simple, and I can press done. So I can get a lot of information. What you will see up here is you'll see this is now amber. Okay, this basically means data needs to be uploaded back to the web. So if we now go back online, I just used airplane mode for the example, but that might be a loss of connection. You can see it says offline, and now it's saying your connectivity is now recovered. Okay, but we've got data still stored in the app. But don't worry, this will sync every 20 minutes. But if you want to sync it straight away, you press the button just click the button, and it'll have this little spinning effect. It will say last sync. So it tells me when I last synced the device, which was 4 minutes ago. Okay, that's all now been synced back to the web. So if I now refresh Sally's page, you can see the actions and history I just did here. If I click history, evening check, post-fall, social activities, fluids. As you can see on here, you can't see them at the moment. So if I just quickly F5 on here, and that's how we refresh a page basically, F5, I click on here, and you can now see, here's all that information. It's dropped straight through. There's no waiting 12 hours for syncing. A lot of systems, they sync every 2 hours, 1 hour, and that's no good if you want up-to-date, accurate recording. So this is why our app is probably, I would say, it's the most useful and most effective on the market. And here you can also see if they're for resus. So you can see what resus status, You can see regarding allergy information, etc., etc. Okay, so you can actually see everything on the app that you need to, and it's a simple list of actions. So some other people use this view. So you have service user view, which is very easy. It does it in critical order, so you can see all your reds, all your ambers, and then all your greens. Or you can go to My Actions, and this will give you the whole service. So we've got 114 actions to be completed, got 24 and 49 that are overdue, basically. And if I click on the outstanding or the critical, it then tells me what tasks are overdue here. And you can see oral care for Laura hasn't been done. And this is one that has, it's basically got mandatory fields in. So you have to write in the mandatory fields. I can't spell, which is great because I can just right click and it'll do it for me. And it'll, so there you go. That's basically how you use the app for recording and talk text, etc. Makes it really easy. Oh, escape. So we're going to go down to the slide that we were on, which is basically this one here. So that's pretty much the end of the webinar. Thanks for your participation. Next month's webinar, February, Tuesday 22nd, you can go on the website and just sign up for that. And Thursday the 24th of Feb. And that's CQC readiness. Make sure your care notes, audits, management reports are ready for CQC inspections. I'm going to do a quick Q&A now. I'm going to stop the video